asked him while he was fiddling with the camera, I said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And without missing a beat, he was looking at the camera and he says, I'm going to be a director.
He started in Hollywood as a director with a feature film. I mean, you know, there was no working your way up, and that's Orson Welles stuff. I mean, very few people get that chance.
He would come into my room with his camera, whether it was a still camera or the moving camera, and he would say, can you be ready in 5 minutes? I want to check out this new camera I have. After we finish it, if it was the moving camera, he'd say, okay, I'm going to edit it real quick and I'll show you. And we would be able to see it that day.
He'd been making films for 10 years before he walked in our building, but he was so savvy about it. He was just so smart. During the summer of his junior year, he raised money along with his co-star and co-producer. They got $7,000 and they went off and shot a film in 18 days for $7,000. And he made it happen. El Mariachi had an amazing success. It got him recognized in Hollywood as someone who can make a film, make it on budget, make it, you know, on schedule.
It was El Mariachi that really changed his life. My parents always encouraged music in the house and the arts. My mother would take us to go see Alfred Hitchcock films and MGM musicals, and I think that's where he gets that dichotomy of style, how he's able to make Spy Kids films because he's one of 10 children, and then with that Hitchcock macabre sense of style, he's able to do Sin City.
You know, it really is a balancing act of kind of two different sides of different kinds of movies. Everyone knows him as this creative genius who, you know, directs and writes and produces and scores and edits, but he's also a great, savvy businessman.
It's not just bottom line, get the job done, you know, it's not that. And I think that's one of the reasons he came from Hollywood back here and started Troublemaker and decided, you know, we need to be away from that, because he wanted to make a different kind of studio, a different atmosphere for filmmaking.
It's about 30 companies that we have here, everything from music publishing to book publishing to movie productions, so it all kind of falls in the Troublemaker umbrella. 3 years ago now, when Robert came in my office and was like, you want to run a network? And we're like, what?
When El Rey comes along, one of the things that happens is he says, I think I figured out what's holding Latino filmmakers back. And I said, what is it? And he said, they don't have a place to go. El Rey can be a place for them to go.
Now we're in 40 million households, and we have a great content of some original programming, everything from a series, Dusk Till Dawn, the series, to interview, where Robert interviews other directors, called a director's chair. So, you know, kind of runs a great gamut of different types of programming.
His legacy, along with Richard Linklater, is to create this community-based kind of filmmaking group where everybody's supporting everybody else. He'll email me and say, I need to come and talk to your class. He's not getting paid, you know, he's really busy. Why does he do it? And I asked him one time, and he said, you know, I think maybe out there, there's somebody like me 25 years ago that just needs to hear my story to kind of validate that they can do it too. I can't think of someone who more exemplifies all the values at the University of Texas.
And it goes to show that he stayed in Austin and built his empire in Austin, close to the University of Texas.